Yeah. Okay, guys, we're gonna start now, um, and this is gonna be introduction to React. Are we good? Yeah. Yeah. So I think the first thing you need to work with React is Node, and you can download the Node installer from the Node website itself, but you need to be sure you already have Node installed or not. So to do that, you go to your terminal. On Mac OS, your terminal looks like this. Most times it's a ZSH terminal. On Windows, you could be using PowerShell, but I will advise Windows users to use the Git bash so that you can run exactly the same commands like Linux and Mac OS users. So yeah, go to your terminal and then just type in node-v to get your Node version. If you do not have Node installed, it will give you a prompt that Node is not yet installed, but for me I already have Node version 16 installed on my MacBook. If you don't have Node installed, you go to nodejs.org to download the recommended version for your OS. We have for Windows, we have for Mac OS, and then we have the source code itself. So once you have your Node version installed, the next thing to do is to cd, or what we mean by change directory, into the folder where you would like to install your React app. So for me, I like to put it in my documents folder. So I cd into documents, and if for whatever reason you want to go back one step into the parent folder where you're coming from, you just do cd ... It takes you back to where you're coming from. Yeah, but I want to enter into documents. I enter into documents and I want to create a folder inside my documents for this particular tutorial. So I use the mkdir, which means make directory in Linux. You can use same on your Git bash. Make directory, and I say React class. So then I can cd again into React class since I've now created that folder. So you use the mkdir command to create a folder. Now I'm in React class folder. I want to go ahead to create my React app. To create your React app, you use the npx command from Node, and that's why you need to install Node first, because you won't be able to do much without Node. You won't be able to work with React without Node. So you use the npx create React app command. npx create React app is already telling React to scaffold a project for you to work with, a React project for you to work with, and you need to give this project a name. So I'm going to be calling it my website or my web, and then once I press enter, React begins its work. It's asking me that it would like to install create React app at 5.01, and I say yes, proceed. Why enter? So let's wait for this to install and then for it to create our app. As you can see, it's already installing some packages, and this is why you need Node, because you're going to be having different packages that your React will be working with. Can you see it's installing React, it's installing React DOM, it's installing React scripts, it's installing CRA template. Can you see that, guys? So basically, while working with React, you're going to be working with packages that do a lot of things for you, that are taking the JavaScript heavy work from you. Makes sense? You remember when we started our HTML CSS classes, after creating our folder manually, we created our index file manually, index HTML file. To view it in our browser, we still needed to install an extension called Live Server. We needed to right click on our HTML file, open it with Live Server. But with React, everything is sorted out. It creates a Live Server for you with what we call auto reload. That means as you make changes, you see it, and you don't need to open with Live Server. It already gives you a URL, a localhost URL that you can work with and see your changes in real time. So React is the big deal, guys. Are you done with your own installation, Cindy? Okay, I'm done. let me just round up this particular section and then reach out. So it's finished installing. The next thing to do, please look up, is to cd into that folder that you just did. Cd, you remember, means change directory. So what has happened is React has created a folder for you using the name you specified, created a folder, and it's saying when you go inside it, you can start working immediately. So we cd into my web. When we cd into my web, all we do next is npm start. Npm is a package that comes bundled with Node. Every time you install Node, it installs npm as well, and npm is used for managing all your packages. You in the course of this class, you'll be installing more packages that will make your app beautiful, that will make work easier for you. npm is the servant to use to do all those tasks. So you have npm start, and when you do npm start, it spins up a web server for you. Can you see? And once it spins up a web server for you, it tells you to go to localhost 3000 to see the new app it just created for you. Very straightforward. Localhost in your browser, localhost 3000. Oh, sorry, I'm running on HTTPS. So this is your new React app, and if you go inside your folder now, your my web folder, let me open another terminal for you. Yeah, so in my web, if I open my Visual Studio Code, remember I already have my code installed in my path, so I can open Visual Studio Code from my terminal with code space dot. I mean, the Visual Studio Code should open everything inside this folder. So your dot here is talking about where should I start from, and it's saying start from the root. But if I say dot slash a particular folder, VS Code would only open that particular folder. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
I did code space dot. I am saying the dot is talking about the directory to look at in opening, and I'm saying open everything inside my web folder. But if let's say I know what is in my web folder, let's say there is another folder called website 1, I can go ahead and say code dot slash website 1. It will open only the contents in website 1. It will not open every other thing in that folder. So now I have my Visual Studio Code spun up, and you can see it's opening the folder called my web. Does that make sense? This is how to set up a React app. And when you go inside, you see that React has created a whole lot of folders that you might never know anything about for now, right? When you go inside your SRC folder, you will see CSS files that you can work with, still like your normal CSS, right? Then you see that you don't have HTML files, you only have JS files. And with these JavaScript files, you can still write what looks like your normal HTML. You are saying that your JavaScript, which is a normal function, should return HTML. And this would return anything you want on your screen. This is faster, this is easier, or what do you think? Hopefully, right? So let me just quickly change what it says. It says edit the code here and save to reload. So this is Ovakpo and Cindy's first React app. So by the time you go back to your browser, you can see that it tells this. Yeah, it's an SVG. You have it here. It's an image, just like a normal image in HTML and CSS. Nothing changes at all.